Hi viewers, my name again is Chief Ndubuisi Emenike. Welcome to my TV show. I hope you're having a great day out there. Well, on today's episode, we have a lot to share and talk with you today. Let us start with the death of Kobe Brayant. He died in a helicopter crash.
Traffic started getting really bad. That's when I looked into helicopters and be able to get down and back in 15 minutes.
My sympathy goes to the family members, the friends and fans who are mourning him. May his soul rest in perfect peace. But there's also another angle to his death. Dr. Omar Johnson, an American, I think he's an American inspirational speaker, a black American, has come up with this view that Kobe Bryant's helicopter was sabotaged. Here is a clip of the video.
Kobe Bryant's personal helicopter goes down. Kobe was sabotaged.
Well, I believe the U.S. authorities are listening to him, so they were able to maybe investigate and then come up with the real cause of the helicopter crash. Now, moving on, we have also another sad story to bring. Chief Ndubuisi Emenike, Ototonwa, was shot by his aide, a member of the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, right, paramilitary in Nigeria. He claimed accidental discharge. The man he shot was a billionaire, philanthropist, a frontline senatorial candidate for Kigwe Zone. The story looks too good to be true. I want to believe he murdered Chief Ndubuisi Ototonwa, but again, let's leave the Nigerian police to finish their investigations. It's so pathetic. It's so sad. Chief Ndubuisi Emenike is from Enyinnaya. His community is so sad. He has been so touched by his death. They've gone to come out to maybe pray, come out to and then asking the gods or the god anyway to revenge his death, whoever that might have been responsible for his death, for the gods to revenge, of God to revenge death. So sad about that.
Nwaanyị ọbụla bụ nwaanyị muduru bụ oku muduru bụ okuru muduru bụ ụka eze oke bụ ụka muduru eze bụ ụka ụmụ ọpara ka enu n'ala nso ka enu n'ehime wela mba anọ ka aka ya nọ.
Then there is this case of Maryam Sanda, a lady that killed her husband. When the case was brought up in the courts and the judge passed death sentence to her for killing her husband, all hell broke loose at the law court in Nigeria. Very simple. If you do the crime, you take the punishment. And this also serves as deterrent to those watching. If you commit any crime, there's a price to pay. Crime doesn't pay. There's no point committing crime. Crying wouldn't solve the matter. If you kill somebody and the penalty is dealt, then you have no choice to face the death penalty. Even though I'm against the penalty, but the law will take its course, or the law has to take its course. In summary, it doesn't pay to commit crime, or crime doesn't pay. Right. Now, I have an interesting story to share. The Vice President of Nigeria, Osinbajo, son, visited Umuahia, the Biafran War Museum at Umuahia, as part of the activities to mark the 50th anniversary of the end of the Nigerian Civil War. He is the highest ranking Nigerian official to visit that museum in an official capacity. I think there are many things to deduct from the visit. One is that maybe, and according to the vice president, he was blaming Nigeria for not have leverage on the Biafran technology during the war. That means Nigeria has come to formally recognize the advancement made by the Biafrans during the war. I think also that this is the way to go. Let's open up about the issue of Biafra and then have a good dialogue. because the emotions about Biafra is still very, very fresh. It is still raw. I am from the southeastern part of Nigeria. I know the feelings from our people. And then you need you need to be at the southeast, or you need to maybe interview people that fought the war, which I have also done, and see the emotion and the feelings. And to make matters worse, the federal government of Nigeria was not sincere in their post-war policies. And then to crown it all, to tell you what give you an example of what I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to project here. Here is a view expressed by Onyekonwen about the civil war and what happened later on.
Great privilege to be here with you today to talk about a subject matter that is very close to our hearts, that very personal to many of us, very sensitive matter, very painful matter indeed. And yes, some of us have lived with some bitterness, and we make no apologies about that. We were a people in war, led into war, not by our own wishes or design.
So from what Onyekonwen has said, you could be able to deduct by yourself that the emotion is still very, very raw, and partly because of the reconciliation effort of the federal government of Nigeria that wasn't sincere enough. But again, that's gonna be a topic for another day. But thank God the Vice President has gone to Umuahia. For me, it's a signal, maybe time to have an open dialogue, time to have an honest dialogue about the Biafran War, and then be able to move on and then heal the wound from there, which I believe will happen one day, sooner or later. A lot happens in Nigeria. I mean, it's 1 week, so many cases or so many issues coming up. I got a video about a video of the Nigerian army or Nigerian soldiers somewhere, I think somewhere in the northern part of Nigeria, but I cannot independently confirm the location. But it's a disturbing video where the Nigerian soldiers were drinking from the groundwater, dirty water.
Our way of withdrawal. Go past them. Go past them. See what else soldiers do.
This is so disgusting. This is so depressing. This is so disappointing. I couldn't believe my eyes watching this video. I want to use this medium to appeal or plead to the Nigerian authorities to consider to lift water, lift other things these soldiers will need or might need, because they're gallant soldiers. Please consider to do airlift for them, if it's water or maybe food or other things, other items they might need, because they're doing a very good job fighting the insurgents at the northern eastern part of Nigeria. I believe they deserve the best attention by the federal government of Nigeria. These soldiers deserve the best, so the best should be given to them as well for the effort they are making to fight or to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria. I believe the authorities are watching, and I believe they will be able to do something about the video. It's so disgusting. But let's move on from here. You guys know Rochas, or don't you know him? He's so happy, so all over the place now, because Hope Uzodinma, Supreme Court of Nigeria, gave Hope Uzodinma the judgment, and Hope became the governor of Imo State. Rochas was seen, mocking Emeka Ihedioha. It's so laughable. Trust Rochas. Here is him.
But I'm happy. When you cross on Emeka Onyara, and I go Emeka Ihedioha. At least one actually back to Eboshi.
Rochas, no condition is permanent. Even as you are mocking him, Emeka Ihedioha, nobody knows tomorrow. Now let's move on. Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe called for the resignation of the President of Nigeria on the grounds of high level of insecurity in Nigeria.
When you want to deal with a matter, you go to the head. So we will go to the government and ask this government to resign because they can no longer do anything in this country.
Everyone knows that insecurity is so high in Nigeria. At times, one wonders whether our president, Muhammadu Buhari, is actually aware of the level of insecurity in Nigeria. At times, I'm inclined to believe that they don't give him accurate information of what is happening in Nigeria. The level of insecurity is so high. It's not only Senator Abaribe that has spoken about the level of insecurity in Nigeria. Everyone you see, everyone interview in Nigeria tells you that, look, the insecurity level is so high. And then you begin to wonder, what is the president doing? Because the book stops on his table. I mean, his primary responsibility is to secure Nigeria. And if he's not doing that, then people are free to say, okay, let's try another person. You see, but I think he needs to redouble the efforts. He needs to, quadruple the efforts. Recently, the issue about Amotekun, Western Nigerian security outfit, left us, much to be desired. Why will a government of Nigeria not support initiatives like that? But thank God that issue has been settled. Please, government officials or presidency or president, if you happen to watch my episode or this episode, or if you are oddlies or aides watch this episode, I'm begging, I'm pleading, look, please redouble your efforts at providing security. In fact, quadruple your efforts on security in Nigeria. That should be the number one priority of your government. Secure Nigeria. Let other states or regions encourage other regions of Nigeria to have security arrangement like the Amotekun of the Southwest. That will help the Nigerian authorities. That will help the Nigerian security apparatus to secure Nigeria further. Right. So still also on other issues happening in Nigeria. Here is a case of fire outbreak at popular market in Lagos called Balogun Market.
Look at what is happening in Balogun. They have started this year again,
As you could see, there were no fire service, firemen to fight the fire. The traders are left at their own mercy to fight the fire. Now, you begin to ask, where are the government officials? What is the government doing about fire? They should have known this prior to this fire outbreak. There should have been maybe mechanism in place against fire outbreaks in markets like this in Lagos, but no, you don't see things like that. But moving on from now, could maybe the government of Nigeria or state government please do something about the fire service, be able to go to markets like this and then inspect the markets, put maybe fire safety measures in place to prevent further fire from happening in markets. In the last 6 months in Nigeria, there has been series of fire outbreaks in markets in Nigeria. There were one at Ogbete, Onitsha, even though the Onitsha fire was caused by a tanker that exploded. But again, we should be able to learn lessons from any incident like this or any accident like this. Be able to learn lessons and improve on the lessons we learned. Maybe, improve on the lessons we learned. Put fire prevention measures in place. Maybe train the market leaders to train the market traders how to fight fire on their own before the firemen arrive. Perhaps have a borehole. To have a borehole in a place like Balogun wouldn't cost you peanuts to have. And then teach the traders how to fight fire on their own before the firemen arrive. The ones that can be able to control. Put things in place. Anyway, I believe the authorities will listen to me and then do something about that. Let's continue with our story. Then lastly, this accident that happened in Lagos, and also the container falling over.
What is this?
You guys made na papa now. You can see motor. You can see the river. Thank God, nobody died. You can see. Hey,
why I don't know what caused the accident that has series of cars and vehicles. Series of accident. I don't know what the cause well. But let me address the issue of the container falling on the car. Most of these trailer drivers are not, most of the trailers are not roadworthy in Lagos and in Nigeria. I've lived in Lagos for nearly 10 years, so I know what I'm saying. I believe there should be a stiff or tough measure, particularly about the trailer drivers and these container drivers. The drivers should be able to undertake driving tests. That is one. And the vehicles, these trailers carrying containers, should be able to undergo something like MOT yearly to ascertain the healthy or the state of the vehicle driving. And also, most of these containers you see might be going to other parts of Nigeria, for example, going to the southeastern part of Nigeria. That's a long journey. Carrying a container from Lagos to places like Onitsha or Aba or down southeast. Whereas we have a seaport at Port Harcourt, we have a seaport at Warri, we have a seaport at Calabar. So why don't federal government of Nigeria redirect some of these containers, those going to the southeastern part of Nigeria, to go via sea? I just don't understand. This will save inconveniences, particularly to the road users. When you go to the Papa Wharf Road, the traffic there is terrible, horrendous. It could stay up to 6 hours of the traffic going from Mile 2 via Papa to the island. It's so hectic, it's madness. And the solutions can be found. I mean, these are things one could, for example, if you channel all the containers going to the southeast to go via the sea, obviously that will lessen the wage or the risk for road users, because the containers will go by ship from Lagos, either transloading through Lagos to a smaller batches that will convert them through the sea to Port Harcourt, or the ships themselves can go straight to Port Harcourt or Calabar or Warri Wharf. Again, I've said this several times, I've written this several times. There's every need to put rural facilities at South seaports. But again, it's going to be a topic for a different day altogether. The government should come out harder on these trailer drivers. There should be stiff penalties. There should be measures put in place to avoid this kind of thing happening in Lagos. It's a daily occurrence. It happens regularly in Nigeria, but it's not good. Also, not only the trailer drivers, the cars driving in Lagos, they should also be able to, I mean, the drivers themselves should also go through driving tests, go through, medical examination, because it's not only about the tanker drivers or the trailer drivers, the car drivers also. When you see a container in your front, you should be able to give space, because you don't know what might happen. Don't go by the side, even though, people might be in a hurry to get to their destinations. But at the same time also, when you see this kind of tankers in Nigeria or trailers with containers in Nigeria, for the love of God, don't go closer to them. Don't go by their side. You don't know what might likely happen. Let us begin to learn lessons and improve on things that happen. Let us learn from every incident or accident that happens in Nigeria and improve on that. That is the way to go. Otherwise, we'll be running around the circle all the time, saying the same thing over and over, when the solution is available, can be found. Right. This is where we'll end this episode. Like I said, if you have any comments or feedback to give me, please drop them in the feedback section below. Do not forget to like and share our videos. Above all, please subscribe to our channel. Till I see you again, let us continue to reason together. This is C.V.Akuta.